We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas show. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Right here at our studio station at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital. And of course, the South Point streaming network at YouTube and on our local radio station here in town, our anchor station, Sports Talk, 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. And all of the other great platforms that we have that'll get to you no matter where you're at in any corner of this world. We welcome you to the show for this Thursday, ramping up another weekend of covering the great Sport of Kings Las Vegas style. Coming up this weekend, Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks points races. The Kentucky Derby points, you got two of them. You got the San Felipe with 50 Kentucky Derby leaderboard points up for grabs. We went over that race yesterday, just a quick look at it with Jonathan Hardoon. The other one for the Kentucky Derby points this week is the Tampa Bay Derby, and we'll take a look at that today. It also holds 50 points. Now, as far as the Kentucky Oaks is concerned, only one race this weekend, and that is, of course, on Sunday at Santa Anita, the Santa Isabel. The Santa Isabel has 50 points as well, and that'll be for the fillies. We'll take a quick glance at that as well for today. But coming up this weekend, Santa Anita also has the Santa Anita Handicap, the big cap there. So they got 4 nice stakes races, 2 Grade 1s and 2 Grade 2s there. Of course, Tampa Bay, along with the Tampa Bay Derby, will have 6 stakes races overall that include the Tampa Bay Derby within it. And, of course, Aqueduct and Gulfstream will have a couple of stakes races. Laurel will have a couple of stakes races. Oaklawn Park has the Azeri, where Nitrogen will be the big favorite in that race there. The big favorite in the Azeri at Oaklawn is going to be Nitrogen in that field. And Turfway Park and Fairgrounds will have a couple of, they'll have a stakes race each. So we're getting into the March, and of course, right on top of all that March madness that's happening with the basketball here at the South Point. If you are a college basketball fan, and or just a great sports fan, one of the great events of the year here in Las Vegas always is the first weekend of the March Madness College Basketball Tournament, because you have so many games going on with 64 teams over a 4-day period. But the first 2 days, all the teams are in action from the very early morning to in the evening. It's just nonstop energy, and it happens here at the South Point. We call it the crazy madness here, and you might call it March Madness, but we call it maximum madness here, massive madness, I should say. It's a party here in Vegas, and it happens March 19th, 20th, and 21st. And unlike other places that charge you almost to the fact of just breathing in their place, you don't have to worry about it here. You start off by parking your car free, the big party, the big ballroom, food and beverage discounts. It's just a great place to be, and a lot of energy. And along with it comes horse racing in the race book. It's just a good time. It's a positive time, that's for sure. And we need positive times right now. But coming up this weekend, as I say, some of the Derby and Oak prep races. All right, taking a look at some of the 3-year-olds that had competed last weekend in the Rebel. Where are they going next? Well, Bob Baffert said Litmus Test is probably going to come back for the Arkansas Derby at Oaklawn Park, and that'll happen on the 28th of this month. Towards the end of this month, 28th, the Arkansas Derby, the final in the Arkansas Derby series at Oaklawn Park. So Litmus Test is going to come back for that. Silent Tactics, who was beaten in that photo finish in the Rebel recently, Mark Cassidy said he's coming back too. And Kenny McPeak said that he was okay with the performance that Blackout Time ran in the Rebel. Now, Blackout Time was a horse that everybody was really looking forward to after his previous race, and he was coming off the shelf. He had a little bit of time off, but he had what McPeak thought was got a solid effort in that race. He should improve off of that race. So Blackout Time is expected to get back in the Arkansas Derby. So we got those most of the good runners that ran in the Rebel, and certainly the top 2 that'll be returning for the Arkansas Derby. Not the top 2, the winner actually. Todd Pletcher is not sure where he's going next with the winner of the Rebel, but class president. They don't know yet to be determined for him, but the other 3 are coming back, expected to come back, at least from the trainer's point of view, for the Arkansas Derby. Now, the Tampa Bay Derby coming up this weekend has 9 in that field. So we'll take a look at that with Jonathan Hardoon when he gets along with us. And like I said, the Azeri Stakes this weekend, not part of the, anything for the Derby of the Oaks, but for the filly mares, the older fillies and mares. And Nitrogen looks like a huge favorite in that one. Kind of good news, I think, for racing in Chicago. Hawthorne Racecourse, as you know, filed for bankruptcy. And while they're going through that bankruptcy, they have made it, there was an agreement reached between him and the folks that are recipients of the bankruptcy to start getting the Hawthorne racetrack ready, the track itself ready for racing, for thoroughbred action that is expected to start on the 29th of this month. So they are getting the track ready there at Hawthorne, hopefully to get out of that bankruptcy and to start a racing meet on the 29th of this month. We'll wait and see about that. And we do have some news on Sovereignty. Horse of the Year, Sovereignty. He's been training down at Payson Park. Trainer Bill Mott said that he is really going through his, his tightening and all that, getting ready for a start in racing. He's doing it great down there at Payson Park. And they have now kind of penciled in his first start of this year as a 4-year-old in the Oak Lawn Handicap. Now, the Oak Lawn Handicap comes up on the 18th of April. So he's still got about a month and a couple of weeks left before that race comes up. But Mott said they're kind of pointing towards the Oak Lawn Handicap for the 2026 debut of the newly turned 4-year-old Horse of the Year, Sovereignty. So that is good news. Want to thank Rich Chang for another basketball win yesterday. He's on a roll with the college basketball. Arkansas just annihilated Texas. I think the score was 105-85 or something like that. Anyhow, Arkansas won big yesterday. He's got another college basketball pick for us today. And as far as the weather is concerned, here in Las Vegas right now, we've got 56 degrees outside. A little cooler. We're going to get into a little bit of a cooling trend in the next couple of days and over the weekend. A little bit cooler, not like as cold as it's been, but it's going to get cooler. We're only going to get to 64 degrees today. Now, we were in the 70s the last couple of days, but we're going to get into, it'll be about 64 today here in Las Vegas. But the sun is shining. However, we are under a wind advisory, 25 mile an hour to 30 mile an hour winds, and possibly up to 50 mile an hour gusts along the way. That wind advisory will be throughout today, tomorrow, and Saturday. So be prepared for that if you're coming up for the weekend to enjoy us here at the South Point. As far as the actual weather is concerned, it'll be sunny, it'll be nice, it'll be dry here. And for the most part around the country, looking at racing conditions around the country, the only place that's going to have racing conditions today is going to be at Aqueduct Racetrack. Raining there, and that track's going to be sloppy and off, okay? You got a lot of activity, a lot of rain going on over New York, parts of Boston, down North Jersey, and the very tip of the eastern part of Pennsylvania. Other rain pockets include rain over Columbus, Ohio, a lot over Ohio and parts of Kentucky, parts of western Kentucky. Outside of that, it looks pretty clear for the rest of the country. And, of course, down in Miami and Tampa, looks like great weather down there as far as that's concerned. And temperatures, well, Miami's going to be 80 degrees today. New York is only going to get up to 43. They're still trying to melt down that snow, and now they got rain in there as well. So we'll wait and see about that. Chicago, rain and 44 degrees, some rain there. Southern California, 78, beautiful and sunny with no racing. There's no racing today, but it's going to be a beautiful day to get out to the beach, I guess, in Southern California. Phoenix, Arizona, 81 degrees. And as I say here in Las Vegas, we're only going to get up to about 64. And yes, Brownsville, Texas is the co-hottest spot in the country. Brownsville, Texas, and Tampa Bay, Florida, are both going to top off at 86 degrees today. So there. All righty. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. Our handicappers did very well. As I say, Richie gave us a nice win in college basketball. He also gave us a win in a horse pick at Turfway Park in the 6th race yesterday. Richie liked Sol de Oro. Sol de Oro got a great ride by Hernandez and paid $6.50. So it's a $6.50 winner for Richie in the 6th race. And then our man, Dwayne Colucci, came up with a winner for us in the 8th race at Turfway Park yesterday. Dr. Sakali also got a great ride under Luis Contreras, and Dr. Sakali paid $8.38 for that win. Now, you couple those two, and if you did something creative as far as betting, one was in the 6th, one was in the 8th. If you took the 7th race and did an all in there for the pick 3 with the all in the middle, that would cost you Actually, $4.50 for 50 cents for the 50-cent pick 3, which is their base there. You got $49 and change back for that. So handicappers did well. All righty. On today's show, we got Jonathan Ardoon. Rich Eng will be back with us. John Lindo returns with us today, and so does Jerry Jackowitz with picks at Aqueduct, etc. And, of course, your racing menu is on its way as well. So we'll take our first break. And if you're not chatting yet and you want to chat, really simple, just get to the Race Day page at the South Point Streaming YouTube. Get to the Race Day Las Vegas page, I should say. And on the right-hand side, there'll be the chat box, and you can start to chat away. If you haven't done it before, you just hit subscribe. Subscription is free, doesn't cost you anything, and then you can jump in and start chatting away about this great sport of kings. We'll be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to get to your racing menu for today. Reminding you the first post times we broadcast on the show each and every day reflect that of the Pacific time zone. If you're here in Las Vegas coming out the South Point, these would be the first post times that roll out in our race books today. If not, wherever you're at around the world and other time zones, adjust from your time zone to the Pacific time zone, tweak it out, and you'll get the first post times correct for your area, or where you're at. And this way you won't miss anything, like I miss Mom and Dad, okay? First post times are Pacific. And don't forget, again, from Saturday night to Sunday morning, you're going to lose an hour of time. We're going to go to daylight savings time. You push the clock ahead an hour, ahead in the spring ahead, and fall back in the fall. So this is spring ahead, and you're going to lose an hour. So get to bed early on Saturday night. Here's the menu for today. We begin with Parks Racing. Parks Racing has a first post time of 9:05. They have 11 races today at Parks. Their Pick 5 jackpot carryover, $34,680. 11 races today at Parks. First post time is at 9:05. Mahoning Valley is next. The Mahoning Valley Racecourse has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $57,297. $57,297. 8 races, and a first post time at Mahoning Valley is set at 9:15. 9:15 at Mahoning Valley today for their 8 races. All right, next up comes Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream Park has a Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. I guess they don't. That's right, I forgot. They nailed it down on the other day. So they don't have one today. They're going to start anew with their Pick 6 jackpot carryover at Gulfstream. 10 races today and a first post time of 9:20. 9:20 today at Gulfstream Park. Then we go to Aqueduct, the Big A in New York. Now, right now they say it's raining, no kidding, at Aqueduct. The track is sloppy. Going to be 42 degrees there today. But that's the conditions today at the Big A at Aqueduct. They have 8 races. And a first post time at Aqueduct today is at 10:10 a.m. First post at Aqueduct today. Next comes Oaklawn Park. Oaklawn Park has 9 races. Their first post time is at 10:30 today at Oaklawn. They left money on the table with their pick 6 on Sunday at Oaklawn. They call it the Class 6. So their Class 6 carryover in the pick 6 today, $53,697. $53,697 for the Class 6 carryover at Oaklawn Park. First post time for 9 races is at 10:30. Then we go to Fairgrounds in Nolens. Fairgrounds has a first post time of 10:45 for their 9-race card at the Fairgrounds. 10:45 first post there. Turf Paradise in Phoenix, Arizona. They've got 8 races. The first 2 are quarter horses. The last 6 are thoroughbreds. Turf Paradise pick 6 jackpot carryover, $55,635. $55,635. First post time Turf Paradise Phoenix is at 12:15. And then we have Penn National. Penn Nat has a first post time today for 8 races. Their first post time is 2:45 at Penn National. And we wrap it up again with Turfway Park. Turfway Park, pick 6 jackpot carryover stands at $45,922. $45,922 in the Turfway Park pick 6 carryover. It is a jackpot as well. They have 10 races today at Turfway Park. First post time is at 2:55 at Turfway today. And that's your racing menu here at the South Point for today. Let's go to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. It got a little chilly. We were kind of getting out in that springtime weather, but now we backed up a little bit. It's a little chilly outside, but the thing that gets us here in Las Vegas is the wind, man. When that wind whips up there, everything goes around.
Yeah, well, check your lawn furniture and maybe by the neighbor.
No, most of the time, my lawn furniture is in the pool in the deep end. The deep end.
Yeah.
And that water in the pool is cold at this time of the year, so it may stay there for a couple of days. In any case, how's what about your snow? Is it still there?
Still here, Ralph. But it is pouring rain, though, in Queens by the racetrack, and there's plenty of snow there as well. But it is warming up. It's in the 40s, but the track will definitely be sloppy today, and they are expecting rain all day long.
Well, doesn't the rain melt the snow? I mean, it doesn't. The snow is.
It's just there was so much of it, Ralph. It just,
My goodness.
I'll send you pictures when I'm done. When we're done.
Yeah. Well, I get it. You don't have to worry about it. I get the picture. I have lived back east and know all about shoveling snow. In any case, it's going to be raining today at Aqueduct, so I guess we'll have, the mud track is just going to stay sloppy, I would imagine. But we went over quickly the San Felipe yesterday that has 50 Kentucky Derby points attached to it. But, Tampa Bay also has the Tampa Bay Derby, part of their stakes races on Saturday. And the Tampa Bay Derby holds 50 Kentucky Derby points as well. It'll be the 11th race on Saturday at Tampa Bay, and it's at 1 mile and 16th. And they got 9 to go in that race. The one horse is Redland Rebels with Junior Alvarado for Pat Biancone. The 2 is Talkin', Joel Rosario for Danny Gargan. Number 3 is Roger That Dana, Renzo Rojas for Luis Ramirez. Number 4 is Hunkamania, Jareth Loveberry for D. Whitworth Beckman. The 5 is Power Shift, John Velasquez for Todd Pletcher. The 6, Further Ado, Ired Ortiz Jr. for Brad Cox. I've been waiting for this horse to get back. Further Ado in that one. Brad Cox, I mean, if he wins that Tampa Bay Derby with Further Ado, he's going to have a strong hand for the Kentucky Derby coming up. The 7 horse is Thunderbuck, Samuel Marn for Brendan Walsh. The 8 is The Puma, Javier Castellano for Gustavo Delgado. And the 9 is Canaletto. Flavian Pratt shows up there for the Tampa Bay Derby for Chad Brown in Candelato, breaking from post 9. A quick...
Candelato was really impressive in his career debut, if you remember, Ralph. But that was around 1 turn. Now he's breaking from the outside post at Tampa, going 2 turns just in career start number 2. So Chad Brown is kind of doing what he did with the winner last week at the Gotham when he brought that horse back out of his maiden special weight race and he won. So now he's going to try to do the same thing with Canelato. But take nothing away from Further Ado. He ran real well, and
Yeah.
as a 2-year-old also for Brad Cox, and he's already been the distance. I would assume the race goes through him.
There are some interesting other horses, though, like Talkin, Danny Gargan's horse with Rosario aboard. And, of course, Todd Pletcher's got Power Shift in there. John Velasquez riding for him in the Tampa Derby as well.
If you remember, Talkin was a late scratch last week from the Fountain of Youth. He was entered, and I guess they opted for this spot thinking it was a lot easier. And it is obviously a lot easier than the race than the Fountain of Youth was last week. So if you have an opportunity to pick up points without squeezing too much out of the horse, you're going to make this trip.
The Kentucky Derby points, of course, we got two interesting races this weekend. Now there's also a filly race at Tampa Bay for the 3-year-old fillies, but it does not hold any Kentucky Oaks points. I checked it twice, and it doesn't. So the only race this weekend in conjunction with the Derby horses for the Kentucky Oaks is the Santa Isabel, and the Santa Isabel doesn't go until Sunday at Santa Anita. And there's a field of 7 with one horse that's one filly that should really stand out. Here they are. Number 1 is Sea Drew. The 2 is Bank Shot. The 3 is French Blue. The 4 is Piney Woods. The 5 is Forced Entry. The 6 is Super Corridora. And the 7 is My Love Caroline. I think Corridora is going to be a big favorite in that one.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ralph. I didn't do the race or look at the race yet, but just quick glance, that certainly looks like the horse to beat.
And, with these 50-pointers coming up now, Jonathan, for the Kentucky Derby, and then, of course, the big 100-point ones closer to the Derby and the final preps for the Derby on the way to the first Saturday in May. The leaderboard for the Kentucky Derby kind of changes every week. Right now on the leaderboard, Paladin is still on top. He's got 60 points, but it's tightened up after that with all these 50-pointers. Silent Tactic, Class President, Commandment, and Iron Honor all have 50 points each. So they're kind of tied in there for second. And you've got all the top trainers. Chad Brown's got Paladin. Chad Brown's got Iron Honor. Mark Cassie's there with Silent Tactic. Todd Pletcher's there with Class President. Brad Cox has Commandment in there. And then Chip Honcho is with 39 points for Steve Asmussen. Golden Tempo, Sherry DeVoe's 3-year-old at 35 points. Bob Baffert with Litmus Test has 34 already. Renegade, another Todd Pletcher trainee, is in the top echelon at 25. And Chief Wallaby, the horse that you think is going to improve for Bill Mott, also at 25. So they're shaking up the leaderboard every week now with the 50-pointers up for grabs.
Yeah, and everyone thought Todd Pletcher was in big trouble when he lost Ted Naffy, who obviously will miss the Derby because of an injury. But it turns out he's got 3 horses in the top 10, so don't feel too bad for Pletcher. He's still alive and well.
Yes, he is. There's no question about that. And all I can say is that these top trainers somehow or another always get to the get horses to the big races because they know how to
dance.
They know how to prepare them. As far as the fillies, Explora is just kind of running away with it. She's got 95 points already for the Kentucky Oaks. And the closest one, Bella Ballerina, has 60. So Explorer is 35 points ahead of the closest one for the leaderboard in the Oaks so far. And then at 50 points, you got Labois, She Be Smooth, both at 50. Love Your Neighbor at 40. Paradise has 37.5 points. On Time Girl has 35. Super Corridora, who could move up now with a win in the Santa Isabel, she is the odds-on, should be the odds-on favorite there with 50 points up for grabs. She's got 34 already. So if she grabs that 54, she'll have 74 points. Will be right behind Explorer if she gets the win there. So she'll move up. And then after her, you've got Taken by the Wind at 30, and then Search Party and Zaney also at 30. So, we've got a lot of, pardon the pun, jockeying for position as far as the leaderboard for both the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Going to be fun. It's going to be fun now.
Yeah, and now it becomes a trainer's game. They have to find the right spot and get the points with enough time going into the race. Not always an easy thing to do, and there's plenty of talent out there. So let's see how they work it all out.
And, we're talking about the leaders of the leaderboard right now, but there's always some 3-year-old that comes on late that could get in there for the conversation of the Derby or the Oaks. And the one for the conversation right now, the late one for the conversation right now is Cherokee Nation, right?
Yeah, for sure. That horse ran a huge figure on the sheets. He actually ran a 4, which is a big number. It's probably one of the faster numbers you've seen this far. So
now
it's going to be interesting.
With Bob Baffert, the trainer, and he's trying to catch up on time, I would assume that the most logical place for this horse next would be probably the Santa Anita Derby.
Probably, but we'll find out. Yeah. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, Ralph. Yeah, the good thing is horses that aren't even on the list, all they have to do is find an upset and win one of these races. Well, all of a sudden they move way up and they start knocking people off the deck, I guess.
Well, we'll wait and see about that, and certainly, it's going to change for sure. Getting back to Aqueduct now, taking a look at the leaders at Aqueduct. Manny Franco is the leading jockey with 40 wins. Jose Lezcano, 33. Those two jocks, of course, ride a lot for Linda Rice, who happens to lead the trainers. She's the leading trainer with 45 wins. The closest one second to her is Brad Cox with 11 wins. How far ahead is she in the trainer standings at Aqueduct? My goodness.
But how many more starts does she have than everyone else also? She's running 2 and 3 horses in a race on,
Absolutely. She has 169 starts so far. Brad Cox, who is in second place with 11, has got that 11 off of just 41 starts. So his percentage is a lot better. Well, actually, his win
they're kind of 25%, both of them.
Yeah, right. His win percentage is 26.8%. Hers is 26.6%. So, yeah, between those two. And I'll tell you, the trainer who's having a good meet is I.K. Cantarmarsi. Yeah. Masi, I should say. I.K. Cantarmasi. Get it right, Ralph. Who's had 56 starts and 9 wins out of the 56 starts. So,
and he won about 4 of them last week, Ralph. That barn really woke up the last week or so. They were started off in a bit of a slump. You got to catch these trainers when they're hot. There's a trainer running a horse in the first race today named Jimmy Ferraro, who was 1 for 43. The last 4 horses he put on the track all won. So you never know.
And he also won at another racetrack this weekend, too. I can't remember where it was. It might have been Gulfstream, but Ferraro had another win somewhere else.
There are a few Ferraros, though, so I don't think it wasn't Jimmy. Jimmy just runs in New York.
Just kind of like the family name then, I guess.
Right.
In any case.
Rodriguez, it's like everyone else. There's a million. Rudy Rodriguez, Steve Rodriguez, there's a bunch of them. Same thing goes with Ferraro.
Cantarmasi is using that one jockey that you were talking about that comes from the homeland or something?
Yeah, he that Gorky. You were talking to Jerry J about him the other day.
Yeah.
The jockey with the K.
Yeah.
Well, he comes from Turkey. The Cantarmasi family also comes from Turkey. He's got a brother. His father trained in Turkey. He trains here, and his brother Mercatan also trains here. He has horses now at Oaklawn.
Well, that's what's going on at Aqueduct.
The Cantarmasi family.
And for a jockey who is in and out at Aqueduct, he just kind of hangs out at Aqueduct when he doesn't fly all over the country for stakes race days. Flavien Prat is in 4th place in the jockey standings at Aqueduct with just riding there occasionally or, like half the time maybe. 84 mounts, 26 wins there. His win percentage is higher than anybody else at Aqueduct, 31% win percentage when he rides horses. And between Lezcano and Pratt is Jamie Rodriguez. He's in 3rd place with 28 wins. So I say that I mentioned Flavien Prat because when we get to your picks today, and why don't we get to them right now? We'll go to Aqueduct. Okay. For your first pick today, let's go to Aqueduct. Jonathan.
Well, I took the easy way out. We're going to look at the 8th race today. I picked a Linda Rice horse who's making her first start for Linda. It's first start for Linda Rice. And Flavian Pratt,
There you go.
31% rating, climbs
So,
aboard.
so he's got
And I'm getting 9-2 on this horse. I'll run to the window. I like number 2, Tinseltown, to win today's 8th and final out at Aqueduct. By the way, bred top and bottom to love the water. And he's going to have plenty of water to run through today.
So you're finally going to jump on Flavian Pratt and Linda Rice, who obviously are the tops there at Aqueduct right now. 8th and final race.
By the way, Ralph, it is a full field. There's a late scratch at the 10 in the fridge. So you're going to have 10 horses going.
Yeah.
11 originally entered. So we're going to get 7-2, 3-1, I hope.
Well, let's see. It is a wide open affair, so the gambling ought to be kind of spread out. The morning line favorite is lukewarm at 3-1, and that's Manny Franco, by the way, on Manhattan Chrome. But
And Brad Cox. And
Brad Cox, right? Yes. The 10 is the fridge. This is a pretty good maiden claimer for the last race on a day when it's going to be muddy and sloppy probably still by then if it continues to rain. But in any case, you like in that 8th race, you're going to go with Flavian Pratt and Linda Rice with the 2-horse, the Tinseltown. Tinseltown, hopefully staying close to that 9-2 on the morning line. That would be nice.
It would be.
All right, where are we going next?
Are you ready for Gulfstream? Let's look at race number 9 at Gulfstream. And I really like a price play in here, Ralph. Number 5, Rock the Stars, a 7-year-old gelding from the Elizabeth Doblay's barn. This horse is listed at a ridiculous 15-1 on the morning line. First of all, he was breaking from the 12 post in each of his last 2 races. He happened to have won the race 2 starts back, breaking from the 12 post onto Peter. Not an easy thing to do. He draws inside today, 15-1 on the morning line. Edgar Morales aboard to ride. Number 5, Rock the Stars, rocks the board and upsets to win today's 9th race out at Gulfstream.
Well, take me back. 15-1 is the longest morning line price in the 9th race at Gulfstream with your horse, and there's 8 horses in the race. So from your lips to the gambling god's ears, in the 9th race, number 5, Rock the Stars, the 5 in the 9th race at Gulfstream. That'll put Jonathan Hardoon right up there with all of the comments that we'll get on the following day on the chat box, that's for sure. 9th race, number 5, Rock the Stars. Love the fact that we're going for long shots. They don't win often. When they do, we remember. And I like when you handicappers go out and find those price horses for us. As long as they're live horses, we're okay with it. And I'm okay with the pick there. 9th race, the 5, Rock the Stars. Now, you have a full sheet, right? You have a full sheet available for Gulfstream and Aqueduct and Oaklawn Park, too, right?
Correct. JONHARDOON.com.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. Continue to watch that snow melt at a snail's pace, maybe, but nevertheless, you might get rid of it by Derby Day. In any case, thanks a lot.
Rob. Stay safe and be well. Thank you.
You got it, my man. All right. Coming up next is Rich Ang, who gave us not only a horse winner yesterday, but also a basketball winner. Let's do it again today. We'll be right back.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you.
Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Get ready for the most massive madness party in Las Vegas. Join us March 19th through the 21st right here at the South Point Hotel and Casino. It's 3 straight days of massive video screens, massive food and drink specials, massive access to betting windows and kiosks. The only thing that's not massive is the price. Free parking and entry as always. Tip-off to the madness starts right here at South Point Hotel and Casino, March 19th through the 21st.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Thursday. Now we're going to get out to Rich Ang standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And I'm very happy to report that it's treating me and the bettors a lot better than February was.
Yeah, I got to tell you, when you said Arkansas was ready to really bust it loose, you weren't kidding yesterday.
Yeah, they led wire to wire. The scenario was very similar to last weekend when my alma mater, St. John's, lost by 40 to UConn at the Hartford Civic Center. And Rick Pitino was stewing, obviously, very upset with the loss. But he did what a lot of good coaches and managers will do. He put the finger on himself. He took the pressure off his players, said it's completely my fault. Then the next game they played at home. They played Creighton. They won by 30 because the players respond when a coach is willing to take the bullet for them. Same thing with Arkansas last night. They lost by 40 to Florida. Calipari took the blame. Says it's on me. They came out and played like they really meant it. They were up by 20 in the first half and just coasted. So coaching matters in when we're handicapping these sports and. Patino and Calipari are two of the very best.
Yeah, it seems like no matter where these guys go, the top coaches always manage to get the programs there that they go to straightened out, and usually they're always in the thick of it when it comes to the postseason type of stuff, and these guys are that. Another guy that was a great postseason coach and a great person and a fantastic speaker was none other than Lou Holtz, who passed away yesterday.
Yeah, it was kind of sad to see. I believe he was 89, Ralph. So he lived a very full life. And you take a look at his coaching resume, and every program he was at in college football made better. It started with William and Mary, North Carolina State, Arkansas, and he had that 1 year with the Jets. I'm a Jets fan, and when it was a bad hire, he was a bad fit for the National Football League, and he knew it because he left after that one season. And then, of course, Minnesota and Notre Dame is the job he probably is remembered most.
Yeah.
Addy won a national championship with the Irish, and just a phenomenal coach. And he when he hosted the ESPN pre and halftime shows, he was such an eloquent speaker for college football, and I've heard that he is one of the best. He was one of the best motivators as far as giving motivational speeches. Lou Holtz.
Yeah, I was witness to a few of his speeches, and I'll tell you what, he hit it right between the eyes. He will be sorely missed when it comes to that, and he was a very good gentleman too, a very faithful individual. So we will mourn the passing of Lou Holtz, and I'm wearing my Shamrock Notre Dame cap as in honor of him. In any case, got something for me in basketball?
Yeah, one thing I just want to make a quick note about is that last year the number one seeds, all four number one seeds, made the Final Four, and that hadn't happened in a couple of decades. And this morning I took a look at the Final Four and actually the top eight, the number two seeds. I'm really confident that the champion is going to come out of the 1 or 2 seed lines. So to me, there's only 8 teams that are live to win the national championship. One of them we're going to play tonight is Michigan. They're in the 1 seed, 1 line. They're at Iowa. I know it's tough to win on the road, especially when you're playing a team as good as Iowa. The line is -8, but this Michigan team, if you haven't seen them, you should watch tonight's game, because if they come with their A game, Ralph, they have so much more talent than the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's try Michigan to maintain their momentum.
All right, you got it. It's kind of fun to watch the basketball each and every evening now, because next week the conference tournaments, the big ones, start, and then, of course, the selection show as well. So we'll take your Michigan tonight, and you can go ahead and parlay another winner from your winning in the horse racing last night as well. Where are we going with the next horse pick?
Yeah, if people followed me and Dwayne, it was a fun 60 minutes. We had Arkansas win, we had my horse and Dwayne's horse win within a 60-minute period. Race 9 at Turfway is a mile on the Tapeta. Let's go with the one horse, Empire West. Freddie De La Cruz riding for Brad Cox. I don't know why Luan Machado is not riding back, but this horse should get a nice, cozy rail trip. The one, Empire West in the ninth.
Ninth race at Turfway, going right back where you got the winner yesterday. Turfway, ninth race, number 1, Empire West. Rich Eng's selection in racing. And so we got a basketball and a racing, trying to get that parlay going from winners yesterday. And Richie, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, stand by. We've got something for you from Sports by the Book.
Hey, race fans. On today's show, Sports by the Book, we'll be taking a look at the basketball slate as some conference tournaments are already underway. We'll also look at the hockey slate with everybody's favorite sportsbook manager, Dwayne Colucci. At the back end of the show, VGK radio host Ryan Wallace joins us to talk trade deadline deals and try and find some value in the futures market. Join us today, 10 a.m. Pacific time, YouTube, Sports by the Book.
Looking to bet smarter? Get sports betting insight and winning picks straight from the South Point Hotel and Casino.
The favorite should be 220-ish, and here, you can lay $1.65.
So getting a plus 315 price here for this one to go to overtime. I like it.
Their strength is their defense. I like the under.
Join Sports by the Book Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific and bet your winning edge.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All righty, a lot of good stuff with Sports by the Book on the South Point Streaming Network, that's for sure. So make sure you tune in to them as well. And all I have to say is we're going to go out to Southern California where John Lindo's standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. How are you doing?
Everything's good. Just kind of waiting for racing to get back to back to normal again tomorrow at Santa Anita.
But in the meantime, we always take a glance at Gulfstream Park on the slow days for Southern California when they don't have racing there. Usually on Thursdays, you highlight Gulfstream Park, and when you do that with the Linda Report, which you have today, a suggested late pick 5 for the last 5 races at Gulfstream Park, you also give the readers a chance to be updated on the leading jockeys and trainers. How's that looking?
Well, as far as the jockeys go at Gulfstream, Irad Ortiz is going to be the leading rider. He's got 77 wins so far at the meet. Tyler Gaffleone, a clear second. He's got 56 winners. And then Edgard Zayas is holding third place. He's got 39 wins. So Irad's kind of pulling away there. As far as the trainers, same kind of situation for Safi Joseph Jr., 36 winners for him. Carlos David is in second with 25 wins, but as hot as he was in January, he had a really cold February. So keep an eye to see if that barn heats up. And then Mark Casse has been very steady, 24 winners for Mark Casse.
How about them favorites?
Favorites are holding right at 36%. It's been staying at the same percentage for quite a while now.
All righty. And that, of course, is at Gulfstream Park. Turning our attentions back for a minute to Santa Anita. Big weekend coming up here on Saturday. We got a Kentucky Derby points race in the stakes race there on Saturday, the San Felipe. And, of course, the big cap, the Santa Anita Handicap, will have its renewal as well.
Right, and there's a 12 noon first post time Saturday. It's an 11-race card, so a little bit earlier post time. And, we saw that Skippy Longstockings did not make the trip.
Yeah.
I'm hearing rumors there might be another scratch out of the big cap. We'll wait till everything's official there, but if that's the case, we're going to end up with a field of 5 in the Santa Anita Handicap, and that's kind of sad.
That is not the reputation of the past Santa Anita Handicaps. That was one of the great races of the entire year, every year, the big cap out at Santa Anita. So we'll wait and see about that. But it should be, nevertheless, somewhat a competitive card on Saturday at Santa Anita. But for today, we're going to try to put some money in our pockets here with maybe a pick out at Gulfstream Park.
Well, let's go down to the 10th and final at Gulfstream Park. In the 10th race, number 8, Ditched. Comes off a little bit of layoff for Safi Joseph Jr. Has been improving on numbers with every race. comes back and he puts Dylan Davis on board, trying to get him back going after that severe injury he had last year. I think he's on the right horse here. Look for a stalking trip and a good chance for Davis to get his first win off the layoff. So race number 10 at Gulfstream number 8, Ditched, Gulfstream Park.
Yeah, well, we are all fans of horse racing and really rooting for Dylan Davis after that horrendous spill that he had and a lot of damage to his body, too. But he repaired himself. He got better, and he's back doing what he loves to do, which is riding races. And Dylan Davis aboard number 8, Ditched is your pick in the 10th and final race, number 8. And don't forget, he has a suggested late pick 5 at Gulfstream Park. And you hit one of the last week for a couple of grand, right?
Yeah, we caught one of the coast to coast for I think a little over 2,000, so that was good. And God, I thought we were in good shape at Oaklawn on Sunday. We got run down in the last race by a bomber, but had a chance to make a score. We're trying to put the people in position to make some money.
John, I don't even want to talk about that last race at Oaklawn. I mean, really, when you had 2 horses left to connect the 5s. They were running second and third behind a long shot leader, and the one thing you're saying to yourself is one of them's got to pass this horse. Neither one did, and the horse paid $100, and that's just the way racing is sometimes. So, but we keep standing in that.
I can't say the words on the air that I said watching the race.
I'll bet you can't. Neither can I, that's for sure. Nor can I probably repair a TV set either. But in any case, we move on, and we'll get that winner today, that's for sure. Suggested late pick 5. Today at Gulfstream. The Lender Report available only in one place here in the gaming capital. That's at the South Point Racebook because they love horse players here. Hey, thanks a lot, John. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You got it. Good luck today.
All right. Now we're going to go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph.
Now, Jerry, we were talking about pop-out keys and some of the symbols that you have on your sheet every day. And a lot of people ask me, are the pop-out keys more influential, or at least more influential when you pick them than they are star horses?
The pop-out key is a horse that, if the odds work out the way the morning line suggests, are worth a play.
Mm-hmm.
A star horse is a horse that has really good form. Type of form that makes me think the horse could actually improve over the number that I've given them. And, the star horses historically have been positive ROI over about a 28-year period that I've been publishing them. So there's never a bad time to bet a star horse, but they're not exactly the same things. One, I'm giving you a comment about the speed, the capability of the horse in the number I assign it. And in putting the star on it, I'm saying I think the horse has a real good chance to move forward even better than the number I gave it.
Okay.
But they're both decisions made by the user of the sheet. But the pop-out key is, in my opinion, worth a bet if the odds work out the way the morning line is suggesting.
So the pop-out key is more suggestive of the value of the wager rather than...
Right. I'm saying that I'm giving you a specific, at this price, or approximately this price, this is worth a bet. Sometimes you have a race, you have 2 horses that are worth a bet,
Okay.
Horse racing is not about getting winners. It's about cashing value plays that are worth it.
All right, let's see if we can get one today at Aqueduct. Go.
Okay, well, we're in the slop, it looks like, so we're going to go to the 8th race, and of course the P's, where I'm suggesting that a horse has a potential, P for potential. I have 2 P's in the race. One is the 2 and one is the 8. But at 9-2, Tinseltown, the 2 horse from Linda Rice's barn with Flavian Prada, looks like a pop-out key to me. So that would be my win bet or win place bet.
Okay.
I'm going to have 2 exactas. I'm going to play the 2 with the 5-8 and reverse 5-8 over the 2. The 8 is also a star horse and a P horse. It could be a play as well.
All right. So 2 over 5-8 and reverse. And then the 8 you got to put in there. Would you put the 8 with the 2 and the 5 as well?
I'm going to bet the 2 over the 5-8 and reverse 5-8 over the 2.
Okay.
But I might also make a secondary bet, another bet on the 8.
On the 8. Okay. That's in the 8th race. By the way, Jonathan Hardoon also there, so that's a good handicapper seal of approval on that one. And we'll wrap it up by reminding you, Jerry J's Power page available right now for Aqueduct. Say it quick.
Have a great race day, everybody.